Hello everyone, welcome. I wanted to make a video giving my WoW Classic hardcore impressions as a new World of Warcraft player in 2026. I have been playing the retail version of World of Warcraft starting this year. I have a couple videos on my channel about it already, so if you haven't checked those out. I also was really curious about WoW Classic. It's right there in the launcher, and I wanted to see what was up with that. And I thought it would be fun to make a hardcore character as my first classic character. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but I thought it would be cool. So here is my first impressions. So a little bit of a disclaimer, I did do a little bit of research about hardcore mode online, what it is, how it works, etc. What are some of the classes and the races I could play. I decided to play a troll. So that's a horde character. I decided to play a troll warrior. Now you might be thinking, warrior in hardcore? Based on my research, I found out that warrior is probably the C tier to F tier class to do a hardcore character on because it's just hard. That's what I read online at least. But I always kind of like warriors, and I thought the troll looked cool. But in reality, I picked the troll because it has regeneration as a racial ability. And while I was reading about regeneration, I thought that would be good. So right away, it starts us off in this barren desert. It looks... I really like it. I really like it. It looks barren. It looks hopeless. So there is a little narration. It tells us that we are one of the members of some tribe. I forgot the name of the tribe. Let me know in the comments. So it starts us off, we're a warrior of some tribe. Right away, my character is so pathetic looking. I love it. He's got torn pants, he's got no shoes, he's got no gloves, he doesn't even have a shirt, he just has overalls and a crappy wooden shield. It's awesome. So we definitely get that, hey man, you're nothing type of vibe. And that's what the NPC tells us, basically. We're nothing. You know, we're probably gonna die anyways. Who cares? Just go do some stuff, or just go and do some stuff and try not to die. If you die, oh well. You are more useful to us alive, though, so really try not to die. So right away it gives us the vibes of, hey, you're gonna die. So we pick up our first quest called Cutting Teeth, and right away I noticed we could get some boots. And I said, man, we need to get our guy some boots, okay? Because he doesn't even have any shoes on right now. That sucks. So yeah, we picked up this quest. We have to kill 10 boars. Okay, I thought to myself, okay, 10 boars shouldn't be too bad. But this is hardcore. I'm going to play it super careful. We do explore the den a little bit, which is a market area. We got a couple different trainers. So something also to mention about WoW Classic is you do have to go to trainers and spend gold to get your skills. And the skills only unlock as you progress. So for example, we did get one level 1 skill at the trainer, but we also had to wait until we hit level 4 to get all the rest of the skills that that specific trainer had. But we also needed gold to get that. So we needed to kill the boars, but the boars dropped some hides and some tusks, and we needed to sell that. So again, the economy is all working together. All the different NPCs and merchants are working together. I did pick up Battle Shout. That was the rank 1 skill I picked up once I had enough gold. Gives us more attack power. That's going to be really good. I think that's probably going to be something we use a lot. Right away I noticed bodies on the ground as well after killing some boars. And let me know if these are player bodies or just random bodies in the desert that have died. So going into combat, right away, way slower than in retail. Right away, way slower. It does not auto attack, it seems like. Maybe there's an auto attack setting. Again, let me know in the comments, I'm brand new. But I did have to keep hitting 1 on my keyboard or right click to do my basic attack. Something I have noticed with my warrior character as well is I have something called Rage, and it only goes up if I'm actively attacking, and it goes down if I'm not attacking. So I need rage to cast my abilities. So you gotta stay in the fray. You gotta stay in the combat. That's probably gonna be a huge factor and a huge thing later on. How can I keep my rage up while also maintaining my health? So as I was killing these boars, I played it really slow. One at a time. I waited for my health to fully regenerate. Went and killed the other boars. Each boar took about 15 seconds, 10-15 seconds. So as I was killing the boars, I did get a couple pieces of equipment. For example, I got some tattered robe, I got some raggedy leather vest. So my character was already getting a couple different items. These are very basic items, but I was told that in WoW Classic, you don't get a lot of gear. I was getting a lot of gear while killing these boars. Now, okay, disclaimer, yes, it is low level. This is like level 1, 2. This is going to be level 1, 2, 3, 4 in this video, so bear with me here. We're not getting any legendary drops from these boars. That might be way slower. So yeah, we kill 10 boars. We turn in the quest to Gornek. We pick up the boots. Now we have boots. It's awesome. We're going to try them on. We try on our boots, and I'm actually disappointed. They're just like purple socks. My feet are still exposed. So maybe we'll get something to cover our feet in the future, maybe not. So now we don't have a quest after killing the boars. I figured, okay, there's a couple different quests we can do. Let's try to figure out which one is easiest. So there was a guy over in the right corner of this camp, and he seemed like he was like a cook or something. I did notice I had some food. I thought food is probably going to be good. So this guy, Galgar, he wants to pick up 10 apples, cactus apples, which are, there's a lot of cactuses around the boars, and the boars don't aggro to you unless you punch them. So I figured that would be an easy quest. And it was. So we actually picked up 10 apples. Again, something I noticed different from retail version is when you gather stuff, the bar feels way slower. It might speed up when I'm higher level. It's really giving me the experience of, dude, you're really low level, you're nothing, you're a nothing warrior, you can't do anything. So the vibes are vibing. I really like this. That I'm a nothing character. Nobody really cares if I live or die. Yeah, I can do some jobs. If I don't complete the jobs, whatever, there's going to be another warrior coming along. And I like that all orcs are giving me a bunch of orders. I'm a troll. Is that like a class system? Are trolls lower rank than orcs in this universe? Not sure. So we pick up all the apples and we give them back to the cook that wants the apples, and he gives us Cactus Apple Surprise, which restores 61 health over 18 seconds, must remain seated while eating. Yeah, you'll sit down while you eat. You can't just like eat and run around and stuff. And if we eat for more than 10 seconds, we get well fed for 15 minutes, and that gives us 2 stamina and spirit. Already I see that will probably be valuable to us, as probably every piece of gear will be valuable, or consumable will be valuable to us. So we go back to Gornek. Gornek's got the quest. I thought, he gives the first quest and he gives 2 more quests. This seems like the natural progression. He wants us to read a simple tablet. I love how this tablet is written, by the way. Let me read it to you guys. Hey, Mon, take this letter to Frang in the Valley of Trials. He visually be outside the den, whipping young warriors into shape to fight for the Horde. He needs cunning warriors like you to show the orcs how to fight with something other than their muscles. You be faster and smarter than most, but don't be bragging about that. Orcs don't take kindly to insults. They be good allies, and maybe they teach you a thing or two also. I love that. Just really gets you into the world, I think. We did give that to our warrior trainer, so I feel like that quest is to just introduce you that this is the warrior trainer. I already found the warrior trainer earlier, but the game does organically introduce you to like, hey, go over here, this is the warrior trainer, just deliver him something, that's going to be a quest. And by the way, check him out. So we go back to Gornek after delivering the tablet to the warrior trainer, and he wants us to kill some scorpions. Now I figured, okay, scorpions, oof, it might be harder. They might poison us. I don't know how bad poison's gonna be. I did notice that we were almost to level 3, so I figured, okay, I noticed the scorpions off in the distance. They're level 3, I was level 2. Let's at least be level 3 before we fight the scorpions, right? So we did level up to level 3. Something I noticed, also different in the classic than in the retail, is when you level up, it's not like a big spell book that you get, or, you know, big skill tree. At least so far, I'm only level 4. 3 by this point. The only thing that increases is hit points, strength by 1, stamina by 1, spirit by 1. You can see in the chat that it tells you what increases. Now that we are level 3, I said, okay, let's go fight a scorpion. Before we fought a scorpion, we ate one of our apples, but I accidentally clicked tie, so we ate 2 apples. But we did get well fed, and I was like, okay, let's take it on. Let's take on this scorpion. Well, hopefully we don't die. And we won! We won. And I said, okay, that was easy, let's take out another one. So we walked around, we took some out. The second scorpion poisoned me. Poisoned me for like 10 seconds. I got scared. I decided to leave the scorpions. I killed 2, decided to leave them. I said, okay, poison. Maybe there's a vendor that sells something. You know, the game is like telling me, or the game is showing me that I can be poisoned, but it's also going to give me the tools, if I search for them, to negate the poison, right? So I walked around. No vendor is selling anything that helps with poison. I said, what the heck? So I typed in the chat, because I did notice people were chatting already more than the other World of Warcraft version. So I typed in the chat, I'm a new player, currently level 3, I'm tasked to fight some scorpions. They're poisoning me, I'm scared of dying to them. Is there anything that I can buy around the starting area that could help me? So I typed it into the chat wrong though. I just hit say, so my character just put up a speech bubble. So that was worthless, but I did figure out that you can go and do general chat. So I needed to put it into a general chat. So I put it into the general chat. I typed the same message that I'm a new player, I'm scared of poison, anyone have any tips? And not even a minute, some guy responded that I should just do /join looking for group and ask a question there. And I said, okay, sorry, thank you. Yeah, general chats, maybe not for that. Don't mind me. He automatically replied, no problem. And somebody else replied that, you know, you will learn first aid and eventually to make anti-venom, but it takes a long time. Alright, that's not going to work for me. But again, somebody else also replied to me. By the way, the guy that replied to me first, he was right there, right behind me. So he's also in the new area. Also, another person, a third person said, join a guild. A lot of new player-friendly guilds. And I wrote in the chat, no, I haven't got any guild invites, auto invites. Not that I would accept them automatically anyways. And right after I said, oh, you know, maybe I should join a guild. That sounds cool. I got a guild invite. I got a guild invite right away. Some dude also was reading in the chat. Maybe that guy was reading in the chat, and he said, hey, let's invite this guy to the guild. My guild is called Solo Leveling. And right away, I said thank you for the invite. And I asked my question as well. And I also whispered to the guy in the chat, thanks for the tip about poison, cheers. I chatted it up a little bit with my guild, just explaining that I'm a new player, and you know, my first ever classic experience is going to be this hardcore. I made a warrior, he's a troll, maybe I'm crazy, I think is also what I said, and they were saying good thinking, good thinking, you know. He said, ask any questions. If I have any, I said I will ask a lot of questions probably in the guild chat, so they also told me there's a good community here, so ask for help. Awesome. So already I was smiling here. I was having so much fun just chatting. So let's go back to kill some scorpions. Somebody did end up telling me, don't worry about poison on non-big enemies. You know, you're 1v1ing the scorpions. You know, you'll win. You're gonna win. So that's what I did. So I went around and killed more scorpions. It took more than 10 kills because the drop rates are not 100% for the tails that I needed to collect. Another difference from retail. Another difference. Drop rates not 100% on quest items. So I had to kill probably 15. I did notice another troll laying under a tree. He asked me to kill some kind of named enemy. I'm not gonna kill any named enemies at level 3. I'm too scared. I'm scared of the scorpion workers. I'm not gonna kill a named enemy right now. Maybe I'll go back to that guy. Or not. We'll see. So I got 10 scorpion tails, and I was able to turn it into gore neck, and I picked soft wool belt. Though that belt was worse, like significantly worse than the belt that I found while killing scorpions and boars. That's something interesting. I was able to get a better belt from a monster drop than what I got from the quest. Which, okay, to be fair, it's not much different than what I was experiencing in retail. While recently I was getting a lot of drops there, and the quest items were also not better than what I was getting to drop. So, similar experience there, at least in this very, very early level. So anyways, that's me hitting level 4, and that's my first impressions of WoW. It's a little bit of a longer video than I expected for just 4 levels. But this whole session, to get to 4 levels and chatting it up with that chat and selling things and really taking it slow, it took me an hour. That was an hour gameplay session that you're watching right here to get to 4 levels, 1 through 4. So if you guys are interested in more of my experience in hardcore, see how long I can last, be sure to be on the lookout on my channel. Perhaps I'll live stream this character, and then you can watch the live stream as well and get my live reactions of playing this WoW hardcore character. So, hey, be sure to be on the lookout for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. I'm loving WoW hardcore so far. I cannot wait to play more. Thank you, and talk to you next time.